not fear. And the facts are, I'm just as protected as you are wearing that mask of COVID-19. COVID-19 passes right through that mask. Isn't that correct?
No, it isn't.
No.
It is the.
Okay, enough public comment.
So, Mr. Chair,
Commissioner will learn not to ask rhetorical questions to the crowd.
I apologize, but basically, a virus, it goes right through the mask. And so, for us to start mandating something that doesn't work, that doesn't make sense.
The reason I get so tired of talking about American politics is because at the end of the day, there is no substance underneath it. You get to a certain level of stupidity. There is nothing meaningful that can be extrapolated from some of these scenarios. The fact that the leading virologist, scientist, doctor, the leading voice who has served this country for decades, who is doing nothing but trying to rise to the occasion to help us save as many lives as possible. The fact that his life has been threatened by the idiocy of America. I don't know if there's anything meaningful that can be pulled out of that except to say that this is the idiocracy that we live in. This is the scale and the scope of the stupidity that this country is drenched in. It is absurd, it is asinine, and it is embarrassing. I'm sorry, it's just so absurd to me. It's painful. This country is so ignorant, it's painful. The level of stupidity is so unimaginable. I wonder what it's like to be in a reasonable, sensible country looking at what's supposed to be the leader of the free world in Donald Trump, and looking at America, which is supposed to be this great American empire. We're living in Pax Americana. We're living in the era of America, and looking at us like, you people are morons. And it's not just ignorance for the sake of ignorance. It's ignorance that it leads to belligerence, that leads to violence. I don't think there's anything meaningful that could be pulled out of this except to understand just how deep the ignorance goes. That the ignorance, there's a direct line. There's a straight line from their ignorance to violence. And they feel like liberty is, did I play that clip last night? Did I play the clip of the man in Fargo? I think I did. The level of ignorance goes to people in positions of power. I mean, I guess I could play it again because I just want you to see the line, the connection, the ignorance, how it just never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to amaze me exactly how unimaginably stupid this country has fallen. Like this, the depths of the ignorance has gone to the point where they're proud. It's one thing to be uninformed in the truest definition of ignorance, to be uninformed and curious to find out. There are a lot of things that I have not figured out yet, or I don't know about yet, I haven't read about yet, and I'm just ignorant to it because I am not aware of it. But I have enough intellectual curiosity to explore it once I hear about it. I understand how to use a search engine well enough to explore. I know how to discern between credible sources and not non-credible sources. I know how to do that, and I have a desire to get to the truth, not a desire to get to something that confirms my biases. I have no desire to just confirm what I already believe. I'm willing to sacrifice. Okay, so there is something meaningful here. I'm willing to sacrifice being right in exchange for getting the truth. We live in a society that is willing to sacrifice truth for the sake of being right. That's what America is. And if you come to a conversation that you're uninformed about, it's not embarrassing to be ignorant about an issue. It's embarrassing to remain ignorant when you have the opportunity to actually learn. But it's even worse when you are willing to reject truth just for the sake of you being right. And that's where we live right now. America is a country that rejects truth just for the sake of being right. And in this case, their feeling of being right actually is leading to some of them literally dying. They're so committed to their ignorance in this country that they are committed unto death. They are willing to die. They are willing to die. I never would have imagined. I thought that there would be some threshold, some breaking point, right? I thought that there would be like a point where people would be like, okay, we've been playing around. We've been joking around with this. We've been silly. We've been wild, but let's buckle down and not die. No, they're committed to their ignorance all the way unto death. All the way unto death. I just want to play this clip again. The Fargo City Council. This is how ignorant this country is, and they are our leaders.
Not fear. And the facts are, I'm just as protected as you are wearing that mask of COVID-19. COVID-19 passes right through that mask. Isn't that correct?
No, it isn't.
No.
It is absolutely.
Okay, enough public comment.
So, Mr. Chair,
Commissioner will learn not to ask rhetorical questions to the crowd.
I apologize, but basically, a virus it goes right through the mask, and so for us to start mandating something that doesn't work, that doesn't make sense. And as far as the people, okay, here's how it goes. Once again,
All right. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. They are so committed to trying to be right in a conversation, in an argument. They want to win the argument. They want to prove that they are quote unquote right. They're not right based on the facts, obviously, but in their mind, they're trying to prove their position to be right. And they're so committed to that they're out here dying in these streets. That's where we are in this country. And I never would believe that people would be so committed to their arrogance, to their ignorance, that they'd be willing to die. But here we are.